You guys how Glock says you should clean your firearms, okay? So I've already got the top taken off, and I expect you guys to know that, but you'll take a brush down in here, you clean around your trigger. Back here on the cruciform, it's just simple brushwork. Same with your front rails. Get that carbon buildup from underneath of them. And I expect you guys that you probably know how to take down your slide as well. So Glock says when cleaning your slide to use a patch when you brush your slide out. I like to do it with my firing pin forward. As you can see, my firing pin is forward. I like to do it with my firing pin forward, but Glock says to use a patch when you do it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see if I can get this camera adjusted. I'm trying to hold it and do this at the same time. Not as easy as it might sound. So, and actually, I prefer to do it with the gun like this, with the slide like this. That way no carbon gets down inside. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. Right there. See all that gunk we're picking up. And then I like to take the small side of the brush, get a clean patch. I like to fold it around this right here and push it into the slide rail cuts. I know, guys, one of these days I will get a better camera setup, so move it to a clean spot, flip it, and do the other side. The gunky, get out them slide rail cuts right there. One more clean patch. Toss it down in there, and like I said, again, this is how Glock recommends you do it, so. And then I use a product to treat the metal. It bonds on a molecular level. I'll grab it here in just 1 second. And then I like to go over it without this because that gets up behind the extractor here. I'm sorry about that, guys. I am sorry. He's a little guy. Get right in there behind him. Because you want to make sure that there's no carbon buildup behind your ejector there. You can see the hook. Alright, let me grab this stuff that I'm telling you guys about. This stuff right here is amazing. The more you use it, the more it lubricates. You put it on and then you completely wipe it off, okay? So it bonds on a molecular level. And it's really good, especially for a Glock because it's a dry gun. So let me prep and I'll show you how I apply. I just take a patch, about 4 drops, and it says to shake before use, so a shake before use. Balance this up a little bit. And then I like to get it inside the slide. I keep it all away from here, though. You don't want to get nothing down in here inside your Glock. So let's go put that in there. And remember, like I said, all this is going to get wiped out of there. It's going to be wiped dry. And it also helps to grab and pull off any of that old carbon. Like you can see that carbon that was up there came off. Get it on the sides where the slide rail rides, because you can see the barrel rides to about up here. When everything goes into battery, you can see the marks. So you want to get all that good and coated. Like I say, don't take it all the way back to the firing pin. You don't want that stuff getting inside your firing pin channel. it'll cause a gum up. And of course, right in here where the barrel protrudes, you want that lubed as well. And then we're just going to set this down with it facing downward so I don't have to worry about anything running back towards the firing pin channel. So we'll get the barrel. I apologize for the poor quality. I'm doing my best here with a cell phone and using both hands. And I like to run my brush through dry a few times. To break up any of that carbon in there. Alright, now I'll get my patch and run through some Hope's bore cleaner. Now we're going to take our bore cleaner, dip our patch in there. Go ahead and run it through our barrel. With this set for now. I actually have another barrel I need to run it through real quick. I haven't ran my dry brush through this yet, but that's okay. Just get the bore cleaner in there and get it starting to soak up and break up any of that carbon and lead buildup we got in there. Now while we wait, we'll take that same wet patch, we'll clean up that barrel ramp right there. Get that carbon off of it. Any carbon around the back here. Looks good. Let's do the same to our 19 barrel that we were working on originally. Get our barrel ramp good and clean. Clean up any of that carbon buildup that likes to clean on up and around all this here. I mean, you can just see what's coming off the back here, just off the barrel ramp right there. So we'll set this down over here. Let's get our cleaning brush back on there. And I do 20 strokes through each barrel. And we're going to start with the 19 barrel because it's had the most time. So what we'll do is we'll just take our bore brush, and we'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. The other barrel, 17 barrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Here is my little, push that through. Look at all that filth. Go ahead, because these things are expensive. I will flip this over and run it through the other side. And this little contraption here gives you tons more bore contact. So I'll use one more of those. this barrel, and that barrel should be good. See? Look how clean that is almost. You flip it over, and I'm willing to bet you my next pass this thing will be clean. It only takes me 2 or 3. Yep, clean. Nice and clean barrel. And then we'll go back to this stuff again. Again, give it a little shake before you use it, okay? A little shake, shake. Grab this, drop, 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 drop. Plenty. Take the barrel, give it a wipe down. Let this set for a minute, and we'll give it a wipe down dry here in a second. Let's go ahead and grab that other barrel real quick. You know, we'll finish this real quick. We'll just put together the 19 real quick and be done. So hold on. So we'll just take cleaning cloths here and we will wipe off all of that excess oil. So we want this thing to be dry. Because again, a Glock is a dry gun, okay? Okay, so there's that. Go ahead and grab my 19 slide and we will get off all this oil in here real quick. Because you recall we put this stuff inside of here where all that contact goes on. Barrel is. Looks pretty good. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do an inspection, make sure there's no excess oil on this barrel here. Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and put that back together, and this one is clean unless you're doing a deep clean, in which case there's still more to do, but we're not doing a deep clean, we're just doing general maintenance after a trip to the range. And in case you was unaware, there's 2 notches right here. You got this upper notch here and a lower notch. So upper notch, lower notch. The recoil spring doesn't sit on that upper notch. That's where your slide catch sits. The recoil spring sits down on that curved cut. So set on the first notch now, push it just a little bit. It's down that bottom notch. We'll take this, give it a little droppy drop of this, drop. Hit those rails real quick. Because like I said, it's on a molecular bond, so the more lubrication you can give these parts that bonds to it, the better, because it reduces wear and tear through friction, right? I know this is a poor video, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have the setup to do it, but I wanted to put something up, so I'm just doing it. Alright, so do a couple. Alright. This one's good to go. And that right there, Bormax, which is what this is awesome. Best $6 I ever spent. Alright guys, I'm sorry it wasn't a better video. I will figure a way to film higher quality videos in the future. Stay strapped, stay dangerous, stay free. And if you've watched to this point, God bless you. Why not give it a like? Why not subscribe? And maybe in the future my videos will become higher quality. Alright guys, thanks.